Rubbish everywhere.
Alright, so I'm just going to be demonstrating the barbell bench press to you.
Yep.
So this works primarily the pec muscles of the chest, but it also incorporates the shoulders and a little bit of triceps as well. But it's a great exercise for upper body. So, position yourself under the bar, try and get your back in a nice straight neutral position, and take the bar off the rack. You want to have your wrists and elbows above your shoulders and in line with each other, and then just bring it down nice and slow. Just down to your chest. Try to go a little bit slower on the way down, and then slightly more explosive on the way up. Breathe on the way down, breathe out on the way up. Simple as that. Cool. Yeah, recording. Alright, yep, just going to be demonstrating pull-ups. So, just grab the bar above you. You can cross your legs or you can keep them together, whatever you prefer. It doesn't matter too much. Just try and stop yourself from swinging. And then just lift up, lift your chest towards the bar. Control that swinging on the way down. This exercise is really good for your lats. It's puts a lot of stress on the lats. One of the best exercises for strengthening them. Easy as, mate. Alright, just going to be demonstrating a dumbbell bench press. So, just lie down on the bench. So, keep your back nice and straight. Try and push your chest up towards the roof a little bit. Think of pulling your shoulder blades together a little bit as well. And then just have the weights here close to your armpits. Just push them up, back down. Nice and controlled on the way down. Breathe out on the way up, breathe in on the way down. And try to keep your wrists, shoulders, and elbows all in line with each other. And that's it.
Easy, mate. Easy, mate.
Alright, so going to be doing pull-ups, which are great exercise for increasing upper body strength in general, but unfortunately females often struggle to do a body weight pull-up, so we can use resistance bands or machines to create assistance to make it easier. So that's what we're going to be doing here. We've got a resistance band. So all you need to do is just slip it over your leg, grab the bars, and it will make the way up a little easier. So pull up fast, let yourself down slowly. Try to get your chest to the bar. And try to stop yourself from swinging too much. That's it. Alright, so just going to demonstrate bodyweight squats. So bodyweight squats are a great way to build up lower body strength without having to add extra weight. So it's a lot less stress on the body, which in older adults we want to avoid because we don't want to injure you. So bodyweight exercises are a great alternative. So just have your feet about shoulder width apart, hip width apart, a little bit wider if it feels more comfortable for you. Doesn't matter too much. You can have your toes slightly out, but don't go overboard. And you might have heard that you shouldn't let your knees travel past your toes. That's not true. It's actually encouraged for your knees to go past your toes. So I like to just keep my hands together when I do it. Some people hold it out like this, cross their arms or whatever. That doesn't matter too much, whatever you're most comfortable with. I'm just going to demonstrate by holding it here though. Another thing you want to do is make sure you keep your back in a nice neutral position. You don't want to be hunching forward, and you don't want to overextend and curve your lower spine. So just try and keep it in a neutral position. Come down and back up. Yeah. Back up. Back up. That's all there is to it. Thank you, sir. Alright, just going to demonstrate a bodyweight glute bridge. This is great for strengthening your posterior chain, so the glutes and your core muscles in your back as well. Primarily the glutes, so that's why it's called a glute bridge, believe it or not. Yeah, so there's no weights required once again, so very little stress in terms of that sort of thing. Good way to set it up is just to lie down, bring your feet up to where your knees were. Yeah, okay, so yeah, just come up into this position and just hold it. You have your arms by your side. It's more comfortable to rest on yourself, you can. And just keep your glutes engaged, keep them tense. You should be able to feel it in your glutes and a little bit in your hamstrings. And then come back down. And that's a glute bridge.
Just sweating right.
Alright, I'm going to be demonstrating a Romanian deadlift, which works your hamstrings. We'll be using a barbell. So, to set up, you don't want to do that. I usually just have my arms sort of under my shoulders, a little bit wider slightly. Have your feet about hip width apart, and I like to think of my butt being pressed against a wall, and I'm trying to avoid it coming off the wall. So you need to sort of poke it out a little bit as you start on the way down. Keep your back nice and straight and neutral. Don't arch forward and don't overextend. So just keep it straight and neutral. Don't bend your knees either. You want them to be sort of soft and unlocked. but you don't want to bend them on the way down. You don't want them to be like really locked either though. And avoid your toes coming off the ground as well. Keep them in contact with the ground. That's it.
Sweet bickies.
Hmm?
Sweet bickies.
Yeah, you're in it. Alright, just going to be demonstrating a overhead press with a barbell. So this is a great exercise for strengthening your shoulders and upper body. Yeah, I'll just get to it and demonstrate the exercise and the cues. So you want to stand with your feet about shoulder width apart and push it up so that your hands are in line with your shoulders and your elbows. Bring it down slowly to your chest again, over the top of your head. Don't have it like out here or back there. You want it just over the top of your head. Keep your core engaged on the way up, so that you're not moving all over the place. Keep your back nice and neutral too. Make sure you don't overextend it. That's it.
Simple.
Yeah. Alright, so since you spend so much time in that office of yours and you've been living a very sedentary lifestyle, we're just going to stick to body weight exercises initially, as we don't want to put too much stress on the joints and potentially injure you. So we want to get your strength up a little bit first before we start adding resistance.
Yep.
So we're just going to be doing the stock standard push-ups, which I'm sure you're familiar with.
Yep.
But anyway, demonstrate it anyway. So you want to keep your wrists, elbows, shoulders in line with each other. Keep your body nice and straight. So you'll need to engage your core a little bit. And just come down to the floor. Back up. Keep everything nice and straight. Don't try to avoid your butt being up or drooping like this. But if it's too hard and you need to, you can come down onto your knees and do it like so. Just like that. I hope that's the first time that's happened. Alright, just going to be demonstrating lunges. They'll be beneficial for you because with your desk job, you'll have quite weak lower body, and particularly your hips from spending so much time sitting down. So these will help you in that department. They'll strengthen your hips and your glutes and your quadriceps. So once again, we're going to be sticking to just body weight. We don't want to overdo it, and then over time we'll progress to adding weight. So to begin with, we just want to stand with our feet pretty close together. Just take a step forward, and then you want to come down until you form about a 90-degree angle with the forward leg. Come back to the resting position. You want to avoid this knee touching the ground. Not the end of the world if it does, but the aim is to get just shy of it touching the ground and then come back up. Be wary of your knee moving around. You want it to be in line with your ankle as you come down. If it's moving around, then you could injure yourself because your ankle is rolling around. We want to avoid that. So just like so. That's it.
Easy does it.